If there's one person in this world you can count on for last minute adventures, I got you. Haven't even showered, haven't even changed from work, but I want to go fishing. So the current time is, it's a little past 8:30. So if this was summertime, this would be a good time to go. But we're still a little early in the season. But let's find out. I'm going to take my bait caster with me and tie a plastic worm to it this time because last time I tried fishing with my spinning bait, it just didn't. I was getting bites. I wasn't getting hookups though, so let's go back to Old Reliable and see what happens. Well, I think minus the geese and the ducks, I think we've lucked out today on not having anyone down here. So let's start by tying on the worm. I haven't fished with my bait caster for a while, so we lost the worm on it one day and decided we're not going to fish with it until we're good and ready to. As you know from my last fishing video, I was having some trouble fishing with some fluorocarbon, which is what I've got on here right now, but my bait caster has actually been doing good at not tangling when I have fluorocarbon. All right, my dudes, here's how I tie on fishing line. I think it's a cinch knot, something like that. So loop it through the hook. Then what my Uncle Steve taught me is the number of times you wrap it around the line is how many times stronger it is. So you wrap it around, you come through the loop at the bottom, and now you've just made a new loop right there. So you're gonna come back up through that. And that's all it is. And then you pull it tight. That is the only fishing knot that I use, and it has never let me down. Except on the last fishing excursion, where I did not pull the knot tight enough and it slipped off. Ah well, I still trust Uncle Steve's judgment. Here we go. Let's make sure that we have this adjusted right. Nope. When you're fishing with a bait caster, you got a tensioning knob here. The best way to set up your bait caster so it doesn't bird's nest like crazy is you want to tighten up your tension knot all the way. And you want to slowly start loosening it until your bait starts to fall. And it hits the water and it doesn't bird's nest. Then you know. And away we go. I mean, technically speaking, I need a heavier lure for this specific setup, but this works just fine. Bait casters are more for like heavier lures that are meant more for bass fishing, which is what I'm doing. I'm trying to catch bass, but this works just fine. What I like to do when I fish with these plastic worms, I like to just let it sit for a second. Every now and then, do a little reel, because the lure in the water is doing this. It's diving up and going down. So, any way to get the fish. We have the St. Croix Triumph rod, medium heavy action, 13 fishing, A2 reel, 15-pound fluorocarbon. What can we catch? Can we catch anything? We'll find out. But we are slowly entering fishing season. I'm very, very excited. Old man walking up there, I see him every time I come down fishing. Don't know what he does. He just goes walking. Good for him. Oh, we got one. Hey. Why is my lure all the way up there? There we go. Yep, you just do your thing. That's fine. There we go. He's calm. No, he's not calm. Get back up here. Well, I'll be damned. Nope. It's a decent sized fish. What do we got here? Good grief. Pretty sure that's a smallmouth. Kind of looks like a largemouth, but that's a decent sized fish. I'll be dipped. Away you go. Just as I was talking about that guy walking, and he's walking by right now. My lure shot way up on my line. Can we do that again? There it is. Let's do that again. All right, that is largemouth number 4. I'm like 90% that was a largemouth. So that is largemouth number 4 for the year. I'm telling you, old reliable works. Texas rig. It's the only thing I hate about fishing with soft plastics is they tangle up in your hook like crazy. Let's go that way. That sounds like a good spot. Right where I wanted. Okay. Or we could just get stuck. That works too. And away we go. Are you sitting crooked? There you go. Sometimes I forget I'm fishing with a soft plastic and I just reel it like it's a crankbait. Sometimes it works. I mean, anyone who's ever fished with me would know I'm content at this point. I'm ready to just pack up and go back home. But we got the one, we might as well try for another. Like I said, soft plastic worms, they do wonders in a Texas rig. Nope. Okay. Now it's going right up on the bank, right up on the rocks. Let's do that again, shall we? There it is. That's what I wanted. Right there. Not over there where I need it. Away. One more. Oh. They call this the bow and arrow method when you get stuck. What you do, you don't get hooked to a tree. What you do when you do the bow and arrow, if you're stuck, you pull the line taut, you pull back, and you just snap it. And when you snap it, it sends a shock wave down to your lure that theoretically can get it unstuck, which it's worked for me in the past. Other times it hasn't. The bow and arrow. Just being old Cupid out here, trying to get lures. And we've got moss. This is how my crankbait blew up. That's what I was taught to do, to get crap off your lure, just like that. But I did that with the crankbait last week, and the whole thing just exploded. And that's fine. Sometimes you're just a crankbait that explodes in life. That's fine. That's life. Good stuff. Crankbait's exploding. I gotta be honest with you. I am not having any more luck. It's been probably 30 minutes since I got here. And it's getting dark. So I don't know how much more I want to fish. But we got the one, and that's up on the shore. Okay. I bet we're stuck. Yep. Nope. There it is. Let's give it. We're twisted. Let's give it like another cast or two. All right, bow and arrow. So I'm stuck right now. So I'm gonna kind of get the line pulled a little taut. I'm gonna grab the line and I'm just gonna snap. And I know I'm hooked into a rock right now, so I know it's not gonna come undone. But if it were hooked in like a branch or something, that would work. That method would work a lot better. Come on, you little words I want to say. My God, just come unstuck. Oh, okay. You came unstuck. Yeah, I did what I wanted you to. Away you go. And we're stuck. Nope. We're good. And we're stuck. Okay. I think I've got it stuck for the last time. My patience is being tested this week. This is the last little bit that I want, so I think we're done. We got one. And you know what? One is better than nothing. It wasn't Large Marge. It's Tiny Tina, but fish is a fish. In my defense, though, I did come out a little later than I usually would. Normally I come out probably around, I don't know, 7:30, but one's still better than nothing. So, can't really complain. That's now my 4th largemouth that I've caught this year. I am keeping track, hoping to catch at least like 50, but probably be taking a trip to Table Rock soon and have much better luck out there. So, yeah, that's all I got. So till the next one. I will say though, I'm like 90% sure that was a largemouth. Only reason I say it was a smallmouth is because it had a red eye, and smallmouths have red eyes. But the coloration was kind of like a largemouth, so I don't know. But what I do know is that old man needs to walk by again, because every time he walks by, I catch a fish. So wish me luck the next time that he walks by. The worm. It's diving up. Very, very excited. Oh, we got one. Just do your thing. He's calm. He's not calm. I'll be dipped. So I'm stuck right now.